You've seen this one your whole life. Your mom said it. Your teacher repeated it. Eat your carrots. They're good for your eyes. It's one of those facts everyone knows. But here's the thing. That fact didn't come from nutritionists. It didn't come from doctors. It came from British military intelligence during World War II. And its actual purpose? To hide one of the most important military secrets of the war. This is the story of a vegetable turned into a weapon of deception. The year is 1940. Britain stands alone against Nazi Germany. Every night, German bombers cross the English Channel under cover of darkness. And they're nearly impossible to stop. Except suddenly, they're not. RAF pilots start intercepting German aircraft in pitch-black conditions. They're shooting down bombers they shouldn't even be able to see. The Germans are confused. The British are terrified, not of losing, but of the Germans figuring out why they're winning. Because Britain had developed something that would change warfare forever. Airborne radar. Technology that let pilots detect enemy aircraft in complete darkness. And if the Nazis figured that out, they'd develop countermeasures. They'd jam it. They'd build their own. Britain's crucial advantage would evaporate overnight. So, the Ministry of Information got creative. They needed a cover story. Something believable. Something that would explain superhuman night vision without mentioning technology. Enter John Cunningham, squadron leader, night fighter ace, the man who would become the public face of the Carrot conspiracy. On November 19, 1940, Cunningham achieved the first night kill using airborne radar. He shot down a German Ju-88 bomber in complete darkness. But the public story was different. The newspapers said Cunningham had supernatural eyesight, that he could see in the dark like a cat, hence the nickname Cat's Eyes. And where did this incredible ability come from? According to the propaganda, carrots. Lots and lots of carrots. The Ministry of Information launched a full propaganda campaign. They created a character called Dr. Carrot, an anthropomorphic vegetable urging citizens to eat their way to better vision. But here's the brilliant double purpose. German U-boats were blockading British supply ships. Food shortages were real and getting worse by the week. Carrots were one of the few vegetables British citizens could easily grow at home. The campaign served two purposes: hide the radar and solve a food crisis. Government posters appeared everywhere. Dig for victory. Carrots keep you healthy. Carrots help you see in the blackout. It was everywhere. Now, here's where the story gets complicated. Historians still debate whether the Germans actually fell for it. According to historical analysis, German intelligence was already aware of British ground-based radar installations. Chain home stations were hard to miss. They were 200 feet tall. But airborne radar was different, miniaturized, secret, the kind of technology that would genuinely surprise them if they discovered it. Some experts argue the carrot propaganda was mainly for domestic consumption. British citizens needed to believe in something, and superhuman pilots were better for morale than scary new technology. But whether the Germans believed it or not, the British public certainly did, and that belief spread. Then it stuck, for decades. Here's the thing about propaganda. The best kind doesn't feel like propaganda. It feels like common sense, like something your grandmother would tell you. And let's be clear, there is a real connection between carrots and vision. Carrots contain beta-carotene, which your body converts to vitamin A. And vitamin A is genuinely essential for eye function. Without it, your retinal cells can't produce rhodopsin, the protein that lets you see in low-light conditions. Vitamin A deficiency can cause night blindness. This is a real medical condition. In severe cases, it can lead to complete blindness. Carrots can help prevent that. But here's what the propaganda conveniently left out. According to Scientific American, it takes 12 to 21 molecules of beta-carotene to produce just one molecule of vitamin A. And more importantly, if you already have adequate vitamin A in your system, eating more carrots does absolutely nothing for your eyesight. Zero additional benefit. According to the University of Utah Health, for people with sufficient vitamin A levels, which is most people in developed countries, extra carrots provide no vision improvement whatsoever. So, the myth works like this. Vitamin A deficiency causes night blindness. True. Carrots contain beta-carotene that becomes vitamin A. Also true. Therefore, eating carrots improves night vision. And that's the leap. That's where logic breaks down. That's where wartime propaganda becomes nutritional gospel. The truth is, John Cunningham wasn't eating carrots to improve his vision. He was using state-of-the-art airborne interception radar to detect aircraft miles away. The technology let operators spot incoming bombers in total darkness. Direction, distance, altitude, all displayed on a glowing screen. No superhuman vegetables required. Cunningham went on to become the most successful night fighter pilot of the war, 20 confirmed kills. And yes, every single one was thanks to radar, not root vegetables. But the carrot myth had taken root, pun intended. It spread through schools, through families, through generations of well-meaning nutritional advice. By the time the war ended, the original purpose was forgotten. What remained was the simple, memorable claim. Carrots. Good for your eyes. Even today, 80 years later, the myth persists. Surveys consistently show that carrots improving eyesight is one of the most widely believed nutrition claims worldwide. Parents still tell children. Teachers still repeat it. Health websites still hedge their language, saying carrots are good for eye health, which is technically not wrong, but completely misses the point. The propaganda worked too well. It outlived the war. It outlived the pilots. It outlived everyone who originally created it. The lie became truth through sheer repetition. So what's the actual verdict here? Did the British government successfully deceive the Germans about radar technology using carrots? According to historians analyzing the campaign, the Germans were probably never the primary target. They likely knew about radar already. The real audience was the British public. The campaign gave citizens hope. It gave them a hero. It gave them a reason to tend their victory gardens and believe that ordinary vegetables could create extraordinary people. And honestly, that might have been worth more than any military deception. Morale wins wars too. So, here's what you should take away from this. Carrots are a healthy food. They contain beta-carotene, fiber, and other beneficial nutrients. Eating them is genuinely good for you. But if you're already eating a reasonably balanced diet, you probably have all the vitamin A you need. More carrots won't give you better night vision. That's just not how biology works. The real lesson here isn't about nutrition at all. It's about how easily we accept claims that sound scientific but aren't, especially when they come from authority figures. Next time you hear a too good to be true nutrition claim, consider asking, where did this actually come from? Who benefits from people believing it? Trace claims back to their source. Look for the original study, the primary evidence, the actual scientific consensus, not just what gets repeated because it sounds good. The carrot myth worked because it combined a kernel of truth with emotional appeal and constant repetition. That's the formula for almost every persistent piece of misinformation. The best propaganda doesn't feel like propaganda. It feels like common sense, like something your grandmother told you, like something everyone just knows. 80 years later, the carrot myth is still being taught in schools, still repeated by well-meaning parents, still presented as simple nutritional fact. The British Ministry of Information accomplished something remarkable. They created a cover story so convincing that it became more famous than the secret it was hiding. Most people today have never heard of airborne interception radar, but nearly everyone has heard that carrots are good for your eyes. That's the power of a good story. The technology that actually won night battles is a footnote. The vegetable-based cover story is cultural common knowledge. So the next time someone tells you to eat your carrots because they're good for your eyes, you'll know the real story. A desperate war. A technological secret. And a vegetable that became a weapon. If you enjoyed this investigation into wartime propaganda and nutrition myths, consider subscribing. We dig into stories like this every week, the real history hiding behind things everyone thinks they know. This has been Internet Mythbusters. Keep questioning, keep digging, and maybe keep eating your vegetables. Just don't expect superpowers.